Hello, welcome to the crafting table. We're here back with No Man's Land, month of May. And so looks like we're just doing some fertilizing here. Choosing music, apparently. And just going to be fertilizing all the different fields. Try to get those yields as high as possible. The fertilizing part is probably one of the easier times out of all the other work we got to do. There's actually a couple more months that are already pretty much finished, and I kind of thought to myself, doing all the grass fields in a single month is probably a bad plan, because it takes, I think in the July month, when I was recording it, I was realizing that those recordings were taking 4, 5, 6 hours to do, just because of the amount of work that's involved with mowing, and then tedding when you need to ted for hay, and then windrowing everything, and then picking everything up with a baler and waiting it for the wrapping and all that stuff. So I was thinking to myself, why not just do kind of like a rotation? Hey, maybe these two fields together, and then these two fields together, maybe like the next month or the month after. And just so there's always some grass to be mowed at some point. So we're just moving some pallets around, feeding the cows, giving the cows just some basic hay until we can afford to do the TMR. Moving some more pallets. I don't think I've done the switch yet, because there will be a kind of a format switch. I know I was doing 28 days and it was kind of like a challenge type of thing, but with Farming Simulator 25 coming out here fairly soon, I would like to get to my goal of what I wanted to begin with, which is just basically cereal production and stuff like that. Get to the point to where I'm able to produce cereal regularly and things like that. Maybe basically finish off the rest of the achievements in game. Obviously minus the cotton achievement, just because this obviously is not a cotton farm. I'm doing that in my own kind of personal game. I'm doing like wool and cotton and doing clothes and fabrics and such. Just moving some more pallets around. So yeah, this month is still 28-day month, and then I'm moving to a 7-day month within the next couple of videos, so things go a bit faster, get to my goal a little bit sooner. I didn't think Farming Sim 25 was coming out until next year, but come to find out it's coming out this year, so had to move things along a little bit faster to kind of catch up to where I want to be before that one comes out. And as far as doing a series in Farming Sim 25, it's probably not going to happen for a while, just because my family and I, we want to try and buy a house. So we are saving and paying debt off and doing everything we can to try and put us in a good situation, a good standing to be able to buy a house. And spending extra money on video games is not one of those things we can do right now. So I figured, trying to maybe speed up this process in the game by going to 7 days instead of 28, kind of keep the series moving a bit, some sort of actual progress going on. Just moving more pallets still. Pallets everywhere. Same thing still kind of happens with it being 7 days, except it's even more pallets per day to move, just because everything speeds up that much more. But looks like we're getting close to the end of the month already, though. There wasn't really much going on this month. It was mostly just moving pallets. May was kind of a downtime month. Moving pallets, feeding animals, fertilizing fields. That's pretty much it. But as far as a farming sim series, since everybody will most likely be watching 25, I don't think after I finish up this with 22, I don't think I'll start another farming sim series until I'm able to buy 25, which will probably be April of next year, roughly, maybe February, just depends. Some more flowers, some more honey, some more mushrooms. I think at this point, I actually was just recording some more for this series not too long ago. I want to say the other day. And I had almost 150 pallets of honey, so I ended up selling some because there was just no more room in the pallet storage building. I'm honestly debating whether or not to try and empty out all the stuff that's inside the buildings there, move it out of the way, sell the 2 buildings, and buy the big 1,000 pallet warehouse building. I think it only costs $175,000, which I'm actually pretty close to that number right now. One of the other things I did too is I picked up all the collectibles, so that way I can move the series along just that much faster. Buy some things that I sorely needed, like a new mower, new couple of mowers. But you'll see that in that episode. So now we're selling stuff here. So we got a load of mushrooms to go sell. Should get a pretty decent amount for these. Yep, just under 11,000. I guess it would be over 12,000 actually, with the environmental. Excuse me, with the environmental score bonus. Now we got the rest of the mushrooms and a little bit of the flowers. Gonna go sell that, see what we get. Probably close to the same amount, I would say. Yep, pretty close to the same amount. A little over $12,000. Flowers now. Picking up the last of the flowers and mushrooms here to sell, and then that would be pretty much it. We're making some really good progress though. $5,316 for those. I'm just moving what's left of the other pallets. And then refilling all the different greenhouses and everything. I usually like to try and fill those at the end of the month. They could go through, I think they could probably last for a few months, but I always make sure they're filled. But that's going to do it for this episode of No Man's Land. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Until then, have a great night, everyone.